So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the hormones within birth. So the first one is progesterone, and progesterone is the hormone that we have in our bodies before we become pregnant, and it's what helps us to get pregnant and then be able to maintain the pregnancy. So it controls the contractions so that no contractions happen while your baby is still developing within the womb. So the next hormone is cortisol, which we all know is the stress hormone. So this hormone is present from the very start of pregnancy, and it's there because as the baby grows, it helps with the uterus to grow too. And in labour, this hormone, despite what people think that it's bad for labour if it's in high doses, but if it's in the small doses that we, to be honest, can't control, it happens. That's very much needed in labour because it helps. If your baby experiences contractions and that little bit of stress hormone, it helps them to breathe because they're in a higher state of alertness once they are born into the world. So the next hormone is called prostaglandins, and this is where this allows the estrogen to flood into the uterus, which then lowers progesterone, which means that it's letting your body know that you are about to give birth. So this is needed to be able to pass the two hormones communicating to each other, to understand that once one starts to flood in, the other one moves away, and that means your body is preparing your cervix ready to give birth. So another one to mention here is relaxin. So this is a hormone that releases near the very start of your pregnancy, and it allows your whole muscle system to relax, obviously so that your tummy can expand to allow space for your baby to grow into. But it also means that mum might be feeling really weak because obviously your muscles aren't as strong as they once were. And this is all due to relaxin. Now, this also means that this is often why mums get free dental care, because it can release some of the muscles in the mouth that hold onto the teeth. So you might find that your teeth are moving around a little bit. That's all to do with relaxin. And also, obviously, near the end, when you are in labour, it's the relaxin that's going to help your cervix and your muscles to relax and move away to be able to make space for the baby to move through the birth canal. And the last one that we're going to talk about is oxytocin. So this is our feel-good hormone, this is our love hormone, this is the one that really powers forward our relaxed state to be able to give birth to our babies. So this often floods in right when often when the bloody show's about to show, that is when oxytocin floods in, if you allow it to, because it can be inhibited by our cortisol levels. So if our cortisol levels go up too high, it inhibits our oxytocin levels, so that we need to get the balance right where oxytocin is higher than cortisol. However, when let's say your waters go or something happens, often that can trigger the stress response. I understand that. But that's what the delicate balance is, to create the right environment to get that oxytocin flowing. Because if you might already know this, but Pitocin, which is obviously the chemical that we use as a induction of labour, the medical team use as an induction of labour, then that is what it is. It's a fake version of oxytocin, and it's to get the contractions to really contract and ramp up. So obviously oxytocin does it in a more natural way. That means that labour is not half as painful as it would be if it was induced. So that's why we need our natural oxytocins to be able to contract in the womb. And if our stress hormone is taken over, then it's very hard for oxytocin to flow. So I hope that all makes sense and you can understand how all these hormones work together. They all have their purpose. They all know what they're doing. Our bodies are amazing that they know what they're doing all by themselves.